Okay, everybody. So hopefully we're going to be able to provide you a good solution for selling your plugins to your clients. So this is a very simple plugin that we've developed that will hopefully allow you to sell your plugins without having a lot of technical skill. Okay, and make it very, very simple for you. So what you need first is you have to have WooCommerce installed and WooCommerce subscriptions. Okay, those are two different plugins, WooCommerce and WooCommerce subscriptions for this particular system to work. Once you've done that, then you need to install our plugin. Okay, let me show you that. Oh, okay, let's see. Don't need that. And you're going to install our plugin, which is going to be called MadHat Plugin Licensing. Okay, so the three plugins to make this system work is one, WooCommerce, two, WooCommerce subscriptions, and three, our plugin, MadHat Plugin Licensing. Okay, once you've added in MadHat Plugin Licensing, you're going to go ahead and create your first product, which is actually your plugin that you want to sell. So inside of products, just go to add new. Okay, and then the product name is most likely going to be the plugin that you're selling. Of course, you can name it anything you want. So for example purposes, best plugin on earth. Okay, and this would be the name of our plugin that we're selling. Okay, I'm going to copy that name. I'm going to set it to downloadable, and this has to be set to simple subscription. Okay, it does not work with variable subscription, only with simple subscription at this time. Okay, once you're in this, you can go to set your subscription payments, payment settings on how you want to get paid, monthly, yearly. Do you only want one payment? You can control all that through simple subscriptions. Okay, even if it's a subscription, you can still make it a one-time payment if you want by just having it paid once a month and then have it expire after 1 month. Okay, so that way it's not going to keep charging them. So you do have that ability inside of simple subscriptions to do that. Now, once that's done, you've clicked on download. You're going to get this little window here. You're going to add your file, put in your plugin name again, and then you're going to put your plugin file here. Okay, so remember that because this is going to come into play a little bit later once we're done prepping your plugin for sale. Okay, so additionally, you're also going to want to, this tab is going to appear now, and you're going to have a plugin version and set your plugin version. It only takes 1 decimal point. We might update that in the future to take on 2 decimal points, but if you try to put in an additional decimal point, it'll give you a warning. So right now, only 1 decimal point in our plugin versioning. Okay, and this versioning plays a very, very important role because it has to do with the way that the plugin will actually push out updates to the people that have bought your plugin. Okay, so let's go ahead and get or let's go ahead and publish this particular product. Okay, and that's going to give us a very specific number. Whenever you publish any product inside of WooCommerce, it gives you a product ID number. Okay, and this product ID number is unique. It's auto-generated by WooCommerce, but you're going to need to notate that because that is going to go into three very specific spots inside of our two or three. We'll check that as we go through in our plugin preparation. Okay, so we've published this plugin. It gave us a unique ID number, okay, which is right up here. But if you don't have it up here, if you just again go to all products, and that was 2886. You're going to find your product ID number just by mousing over the product 2886. Okay, so notate that number. That's going to be very important. All right, so now we're ready to actually prep our plugin files for sale. So once you're here, we're going to go into our plugins here, and I have a couple already ready here, and let me reset these to back to standard. So once you've actually got our plugin, this is what it's going to look like once you open it up. Go ahead and go into it, and you're going to see this plugin, okay, which is the plugin that you install directly onto your website. The website that is selling the plugins, this particular zip file gets installed on that particular website. Okay. The other thing you should notate here is the plugin prep file. Okay, and this is all the things you're going to need to add into the plugin that you're actually selling. Okay, so let me re-say that. This goes into your website or whichever website is selling the plugin, and these files here will actually go into your plugin that is being sold. Okay, so let's go ahead and we've already installed this here on our website. okay, as you can see down here in the corner. So let's go ahead and go into our plugin prep kit. Okay, in our plugin prep kit, we have an activation script and an update script, and these are pretty self-explanatory. An activation script is going to allow the plugin to activate, and then the update script is going to allow the plugin to update. Okay, so let's go ahead and go into step one, which is adding the activation script to our plugin. This is a plugin. Let me go back here. This is actually our licensing plugin, and I'm going to go ahead and add all of our licensing rules into our licensing plugin as if this was a plugin that we were going to sell. So go into my plugin, and these are all the files inside my plugin, okay? And go into my activation script, okay? And inside my activation script, I have two files here, an HTML and a PHP. First things first, we're going to open our PHP file. And I usually use Notepad 2 to do this, okay? And once you get in here, you're going to see that there's some notes, okay? The green text indicates notes. That is going to be very important. So what you're going to first do is on this first note, change this URL to be your website, the website that's selling the plugin, okay? That's what this URL needs to be changed to, okay? Then remember that Woocommerce product ID, that product ID number is going to go right here, okay? So that's why we needed that product ID number first, because it does need to go into the activation script. Once you've done that, that's all you need to update on this script. So again, not very technical. You're just updating the URL and updating the plugin ID, which in this case, we put in a default 24. But what you're going to put is the number of your product ID. So this is product number 2776, right? Then that is the number that is going to go right here, 2776. Okay, and then of course save this file, and then you're going to take this entire, well, not this entire, you're going to take most of the script all the way up to line 2. Don't take the PHP part. You don't need that. Just line 2 all the way to the bottom. So line 2 all the way to the bottom here. Okay, and you're just going to copy that. Once you've copied that, you're going to go into your plugin, right? Now this is our plugin that we're going to sell. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and open up our main plugin file, which would be right here, okay, license.php. And you can see I already have it open here, so I'm not going to double open it. I'm just going to go into it. You're going to do a control find, and you're going to look for this variable here. It's install, okay, and then two little brackets there, okay? Find next. And the very first one that we come to is going to be the correct one, okay? Function, subscription install, right? So whatever the first one that you come to, that's what you're looking for. Okay, and that might most likely, in our case, that's the only one in this particular main file. So we know we're at the right one. And I'm going to go ahead and remove this code. Okay, because this is the actual activation script. Okay, and now we have the regular. This is what it looked like before our activation script. Okay, and now we're going to go ahead and at the end of this little bracket here, put a couple spaces, and then let's paste our activation script here. Let's just paste that right there. Okay. Now you're going to notice a couple things. Again, we've already updated our URL because we updated it in our master file, our master activations file, to be the correct URL. And then we also updated our plugin ID. In this particular case, our plugin ID for this product is going to be 2884. So 2884. And that is it for our activation script. Pretty simple. So let's go ahead and save that. Okay. Now, whenever someone buys this plugin, it's going to run a script to make sure that they actually have a subscription for this particular product. And then they're going to connect that subscription to the URL that they're installing your plugin on. Okay, so that'll help protect your plugins a little bit there. Now that that's done, we've pasted the script. We're going to take our activation.html file, okay, which again is in our prep kit, okay, prep kit, activation HTML, and we're just going to drag it into or copy it, and I actually already have it here, so let me just delete it so you can see the actual motion, and we're just going to copy, don't need to edit it or anything, and just paste it, okay? And now we have our activation script inside the root area of our of our plugin. Okay, we're not going into any of the include files or anything like that. It's just right there in the main directory of our plugin. Okay, so that will make the activation work. Now we want the plugin to be able to update. So then we go back to our plugin prep kit, go into update scripts. Now this is going to have a few more edits in it. Okay, we're going to go to edit with our code editor. And again, you're going to see little green notes here of places that you need to make changes. And you're going to change the URL to be your URL. So in my case, it's going to be madhatmedia.net. So let's go ahead and do that. madhatmedia.net. Okay, I need to change my product ID number to be the product ID. We are going with 2884, right here. So 2884. Change it again down here. 2884. Okay, and one of the things you really need to pay attention to here, sorry, we don't need this anymore, is this URL here. Again, you're going to update this URL. Just the beginning part though, okay, not the tail end. madhatmedia.net, okay, madhatmedia.net, and leave the rest of this URL exactly how it is, okay? Don't edit any of that. That's notated here in the note here, just this beginning part right here, okay? And there we go. That's our updated checker. And this is going to allow the plugin, whoever bought our plugin, for their plugin to actually auto update, right? So file, save. Then again, we're going to copy this entire script here, not the PHP, not the opening PHP tag, just the script, okay? Copy. Go back into our plugin, right? We're back in the main file right here, the main file of our plugin that we're selling, okay? The main file of the plugin that we're selling. And I'm just going to go to the very bottom, all the way down, okay? And this is actually already here, so let me just delete it so you can see what it looks like without this code. Oh, actually, we did not even add it here. Okay, so never mind. We're just going to go to the very bottom of the plugin, paste our update code, and that's it. File, save. Pretty simple. It has our URL. It has our product ID number. Okay, and now what this will do is when the users have purchased, if they have canceled their subscription, it won't allow an update to happen anymore. It'll ask them to resubscribe so they can resubscribe. Okay, so that is our update script. Very simple. File. Okay, we already saved it. Good. And now we're going to take our plugin update checker 4.11, okay, and we're going to move this directly into our plugin. So just copy, put it in our plugin, paste. That's it. You're done. That whole system is now done, okay. Now, as I mentioned before, you might want to work on the versioning, right? So this is version 1.0. So in my plugin, of course, I just wanted to go to make sure my versioning is 1.0. Right, plugin version. Oh, let's reload this. There we go. Plugin version 1.0. Now, if I update this to 2.0, all other websites that have bought this plugin will get an alert that they need to update to 2.0. Okay, so let's just go to simple subscription and let's just put this in as a price point, make it yearly. Add my, let's go ahead and zip up my plugin here. Okay, there's our zipped file. And let's go ahead and add our file. Okay, and let me make sure I have it in the right spot. I have a few things opened here. Final MadHat software licensing, MadHat software licensing, and here is our MadHat Plugin licensing, and here's our zip file. This is the one that we're actually selling, okay? Open, let it upload. Okay, insert file, update, and you're good to go. That's it. You're able to sell the plugin. So now one thing I do want to notate, as I kind of just mentioned before, is the versioning. Okay, if I was to update my version here, right, under my plugin versioning, apologize about that. Sometimes my computer needs an update, I think. Okay. In our plugin versioning, once the script is fully loaded, plugin versioning. If I change this to 2.0, I need to make sure that I upload my newest file, my 2.0 file here. Okay, so make sure you do that. Otherwise, if you update your plugin to 2.0, but you don't upload a new file here, they're going to get the same file that they originally had downloaded. Okay, so that is how you can sell your plugins. Very, very low on the tech side, which is the way we wanted it because we want this to be simple for anybody to be able to use. Um, get yourself up and going in a matter of a few minutes. But you can go ahead and start selling your WooCommerce plugins, your WordPress plugins, or any type of plugin that you have built using this licensing software. It will allow you to sell on a subscription basis so you can get that recurring income. We will start making updates on this particular plugin as we get requests. So if you have any requests or anything that you specifically want added to this, please let us know. But yeah, there you go. We hope this helps you sell your plugins.